What's up, y'all? It's TruthTiger, and today I'm going to talk about how sometimes I just feel like giving up. I have that feeling where I just want to quit, give up, and I just feel like I don't even want to do anything. And I'm going to talk about kind of the battle with depression that I have. I know it's a battle that a lot of people have. I know a lot of people who have this battle. I've had people reach out to me and tell me that like my videos have really helped them. They've been in a dark place, and hearing me talk about what I talk about, dispense the knowledge I dispense, give the motivation I give, has really helped them out. So the purpose of this video is for me to be vulnerable, for me to speak about what's going on, and for me to help people. Because it doesn't help to hide this. It doesn't help to bury this feeling deep down. This feeling of just like, I don't know, it's in the transition days. I needed to take my car into the shop this morning to get my tires changed and to do stuff on it. Made an appointment so I wouldn't have to wait around. And I just had this thing in me that just like, don't go to the shop, waste the day, don't do anything, mess around, and I don't know. It's like I just feel like cold. I feel empty. And I realize it's just the pain of the past. It's the pain of the past manifesting. When the battle's over, when the adrenaline's done, when you're done with that busy day at work, when you're done chilling with friends, when you're done doing whatever you're doing, all of a sudden you're left with this feeling of emptiness and of pain. And a lot of it comes down to the pain of childhood, the pain of the fact that our parents did not give us the attention that we needed. And, I've had this cold, lonely feeling in me for quite a while, and it sneaks up on me. I got the day off work today, gonna get my car taken care of, gonna do a few other things. Should be a good day, but I just got hit by this wall of just like lay in bed, do nothing. And I'm like, man, where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? And I think when all the anxiety dies down and, when I just start to kind of take a step back, it's like, man, I do feel cold. I feel hurt. I feel hurt from childhood. I feel hurt from people who stabbed me in the back. And these feelings of pain are now, manifesting in me. And I can just feel it in my chest. I can feel it in my guts, where I'm just like, man, I feel empty. I feel empty. I feel cold. And I'm telling you guys that if this feeling comes up, don't try to hide from it. Don't try to cover it. Don't try to mask it, because it's very easy to be like, well, I don't feel good, so what am I going to do? Coping mechanisms, which could be a number of things. You could get angry to hide it. You could be really angry and really impatient to hide that, to cover that up. And I think I did that in the past. You could use substances to cover it up, A lot of people do that. They'll use substances. You could be running from one thing to another, never stopping to review your life. You could get into a bad relationship with someone who's not good for you to try to hide this, to try to cover this, to try to mask this. A little hotter than I thought in here. I'm going to take this off, but yeah, there's a lot of ways to cover it, to mask it, to hide from it. And I'm telling you, like, this feeling of giving up, you can't hide from it. You just have to step forward. I call it the sad grind, where it's just like you feel like sad, broken, tired, but you're just like, I'm going to put one foot in front of the other and I'm going to move forward. When I dropped my car off at the shop, I felt so much better. I just felt like some of that coldness and that just, it's like this gray fog that surrounds me, and I just kind of felt that, I felt that clearing. And I'm like, man, I got to bed early enough, got plenty of sleep. The tire shop's right across the road from me. Why can't I just move forward, do what I got to do, and advance, But this feeling will just come up, and it'll just be like, you could advance, you could do better, or you could just, sit there and watch the ball fly by you, And I've struggled with that in the past, and I think that I've kind of, struggled with some self-sabotage in the past, especially when I was younger, where I would kind of shoot myself in the foot or make a fool of myself or, get mad about something I don't need to get mad about or, whatever, because I have this thing inside me that's just like, don't move forward, sabotage yourself, screw yourself up. And I think a lot of people struggle with this. I mean, you see it with a lot of musicians that go down a bad way and, do the wrong stuff. You saw it with Anthony Bourdain, That was really unfortunate. And, for a lot of people, they could be successful on the outside, but on the inside, they're going through a private battle in their heart. And I'm telling you I want to make this battle less private, because there's people I know that are going through this type of stuff where they are really battling in their mind and in their heart. And, I think a lot of us we're not feeling fulfilled by life. We have a lot of pain in the past from how our families were to us, from the fact that we did not get enough attention. We grew up in houses of conflict, and we carry that around with us. And then when the battle's over, and then when we get that second to sit by ourselves, we turn off the TV, we breathe in, we breathe out, it's like, oh my God, I feel so cold. I feel so abandoned. I feel so rejected. I feel so left out. I just feel like I don't even want to do anything, even though I'm not that tired, And I was just getting nailed by that last night and this morning, where I'm just like, oh my God, I just feel cold and empty, and you can't hide from it. You can't escape it. And it's like I said earlier, people want to escape. They want a way out of it, and you can't get a way out. You just have to battle against it by putting one foot in front of the other and moving forward. And I'm telling you guys, if you're struggling with this feeling, you have this fog of depression around you where you feel like giving up, you feel like just not even moving forward, you feel like quitting before the game has even started, I'm telling you, step forward, put one foot in front of the other, get yourself in the game, get your head in the game, and move forward. At the same time, be kind to yourself. If you need to take a little break to think about stuff, to meditate on stuff, that's fine. That's helpful. That's necessary. But you don't want to wallow in it. You don't want to wallow in it and just stay in it and just be like, I'm going to stay sad and stuck and not move forward. You have to move forward. And also, don't be too hard on yourself. If you wasted a day feeling depressed and feeling crappy about yourself, just look to the next day. Don't be tripping about the past. Try to let go of the past. Try to process the past. And, when you're thinking about these feelings of depression and why am I feeling this way? Have that dialogue with yourself. Think about why, when you have that fog in your head, clear it out a little bit, and it's like, man, why do I feel so sad and empty and I don't care about anything and nothing matters and what's the point? Why do I feel this way? And I thought a lot about the relationship I had with my father, and that's a separate video, but I thought a lot about that, and I'm like, okay, I got to process that. That's hurting my heart, So find what's going on inside of you and, take hold of that. Take hold of that and just move forward and get momentum going. You might not feel like leaving the house, but once you, take a shower, once you brush your teeth, once you just start going through the motions, all of a sudden that fog will start to clear and you will start to feel better. You really will. So just this feeling of I want to give up, what's the point? And I've known so many people that they'll give up right on the goal line. They're right on the goal line. They're right about to score. And then they just I'm not worth it. And that's a lot of it. It's low feelings of self-worth, that we struggle with. Or just a feeling of I'm not good enough to have these things happen to me. I'm not good enough to do the work. I doubt myself so much that why even try? Because it's going to be hard and I'm hurting now, But you have to take hold of a feeling of value and worth. Look up to God and realize that He created you in His image. He did. Take hold of that and realize I have worth. I have value. I'm not going to be so hard on myself. I'm going to find ways to move forward. I'm going to look to the next moment. I'm not going to beat myself up too much for just feeling cold and depressed and sad. I'm going to step forward, move forward, do what I got to do. And I'm not going to get in a thought pattern where I'm angry about everything, a thought pattern where I'm ashamed of myself. I don't feel good about myself. A thought pattern where I'm anxious. I'm scared. A thought pattern of nihilism. What's the point? Nothing matters. Nothing has meaning, To just get yourself out of that thought pattern. Just bim, bim, bim. Just try to think about what your mind is thinking. Get yourself out of that pattern. Think about what your heart is feeling. Think about what you're really feeling deep down. You know, you might feel lonely. You might feel separated. You might feel like people don't really understand you or care about you, you know? You might have those feelings and there might be truth to them, but try to work toward a solution step by step. And you'll feel so much better. You know, just even if you haven't solved the problem, just the fact that you're making steps, you're moving forward, that'll make you feel so much better because it's like, all right, now I have a plan. Now I have purpose. Now I have things that will bring me meaning. Because when I feel this way, it's like I don't even want to watch TV. I don't even want to like do anything. But I realize it's like I just have to start doing stuff. Slowly but surely. Start doing stuff. Start stepping forward. And I'll start feeling better. But the thing is, masking it, putting on a fake smile, a fake laugh. I see people, they act like they're happy, but I can see they're sad in their eyes. And don't do that. Don't mask how you're feeling. Try to hang around people where you can talk about these things. You can talk about how you feel. But at the same time, you don't want to have a big pity party where people are having a contest to see whose life is harder and who's feeling worse, you know. I mean, these people are rare, but try to find people where you can have good, constructive conversations and you can just feel better about yourself and where you don't have to always be feeling heavy, you know? And fight the battle in your mind. It's a battle in your mind. Fight that battle in your mind. Rebuke the devil. Push out all the doubt, all the bad thoughts, all the negativity, all the criticism, all the anger, all the shame. Push that out of your mind. You know, you have to get that out of your mind. That stuff in your mind, it's just going to damage you. It's going to hurt you. Try to find things to be thankful for, things to be grateful for, things to be happy about. Try to find some joy in life in the little things as best that you can. And the thing is, you have to keep holding on. You have to keep fighting. You cannot give up. Giving up is not an option. You have to find some reason to wag your tail, some reason to be happy, some reason to move forward, even though it hurts. And you will start to heal. You will start to do better. You will get out of that bad place and you will get yourself to a better place where you feel more positive. You feel better. I'm already feeling better just making this video. I felt so much better dropping my car off at the shop. I felt so much better knowing that like I pushed through, but it is a battle. It takes willpower. It does. And when you're feeling this way, it's like you have no will in your heart to do anything. It's like your willpower's gone. But realize the heart is strong. The heart is infinite. Dig in your heart and you will find something a little more. You will find some energy. You will find some power. And you will be able to step forward and do the things that you need to do, you know? So yeah, like I do feel empty, like giving up. What's the point? You know, you go to some job, you make some money, you pay some bills, but look toward something spiritual. Look toward a higher purpose. Look toward other things in your life and just don't be too hard on yourself. Don't judge yourself. It's okay to feel this way. It's okay, but just don't stay in it. Don't stay in it. Step forward. Everybody feels this way sometimes, even successful people, you know? So just find a way to step forward, find a way to move forward, you know, stay strong in prayer and just never give up. Never, never, never give up. I realize that just because I feel like giving up doesn't mean I have to take on that temptation and give into that. I don't. I have to keep moving forward, you know? And that's the truth. When I clear away all the temptations and all the drama and all the distractions, it's like I have this feeling in me of like, will I quit and give up or will I have strong resolve in my heart and move forward? And it's a choice. It's a choice to choose resolve. And when you're in that feeling, it's like you lose control of yourself. You're just like, I'm cold, I'm empty, I'm tired, don't want to do anything. And then you're like, I'm going to make a choice to not feel this way. And it's not like I made the choice and I don't feel this way anymore. It's not that simple. It's a lot of small choices in a row that will add up. And the thing is, you're going to have ups and downs in life too. You know, life is going to hit you with stuff. You might feel depressed, but what are you going to do about that? You know? And I'm not saying it's okay to feel depressed. I feel depressed sometimes. I feel sad sometimes. I'm kind of just coming out of it right now, making this video, doing some stuff I need to do, but I realize it's okay. And I can't hide from it. I can't, hide from it in temptations. I can't hide from it in anger. I can't hide from it with distractions. I have to just face it. I have to face it. And it's a hard thing to face. That cold, gray monster which puts fog on you. But I'm like, I'm going to come with heat and light, and I'm going to melt this thing. I'm going to burn this thing. With God on my side, I will overcome this depression. I really will. I will light my torch and I will overcome it. And there's things I think back about on myself that make me feel ashamed. There's times I've made a fool of myself. There's times that I didn't apply myself fully. There's times where I could have chosen to step out of this fog, but I did not. I chose to wallow in it. But now I'm choosing to battle it. I'm choosing to fight against it. And if this feeling of depression comes up, you should almost be happy in a way, because you're like, all right, I've cleared away all the BS. This is the final boss I have to fight. And instead of escaping, instead of trying to numb the pain, instead of trying to get away from the pain, I'm going to face the pain. I'm going to face this pain head on, like a warrior. I will face this pain head on and I will overcome it. And if this depression comes back, I'll fight it again. I will fight it 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. I'm not just going to hope I don't feel that way. If I start feeling that way, I am going to deal with it. Deal with it by having control on my emotions, by being aware of my thoughts and having control over my thoughts. And when I get in this state, to step out of myself and to be like, man, I feel cold. I feel depressed. I feel like giving up. Am I going to do that? No. What's the first step I can take? What's the first thing I can do? Maybe it's going to the grocery store, getting groceries. And the thing is, if you're deep in this fog, it's hard to come out of. I've been deep in the fog where going to the grocery store, getting groceries is hard. It's hard, but just do it. Step forward and do it. Face that pain. And once you face that pain, it will get a little bit less and a little bit less. It'll come up less. You will become more aware of it. You will become better at fighting it. You will find good, healthy ways to cope with it. Be it exercise, taking a walk, art, music. You'll find your thing, and that thing will help you cope with it and will help you overcome it. And to also realize we're all human. We all will face this feeling. It's just about, what do you do? What do you do when that cold monster, puts a big cold wind at you and knocks you down? That's what it's like. You're in the middle of a snowy, wintry field, and there's this cold wind, and it's so fast, and it just knocks you down. And I'm like, I can either lay on the ground and freeze to death, or I can stand up, get my body moving, find shelter, find warmer ground to go to. I can get up and I can move. And that's the thing. Through your willpower in your heart, even though you're in pain and it hurts and you feel completely broken, you can find some will in you to where you're like, I can move forward. I can overcome. You might see some obstacles that don't seem like you can climb over them. But if you try and you put effort in, you will climb over these obstacles. You will overcome. And it's like this wind. You got to walk through this cold wind that's knocking you down. And you just have to just be like, I will not give up. You have to have that strong feeling inside of you that's like, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter how bad I'm feeling, no matter how much of a battle in my mind I'm fighting, I am going to fight that battle. And it's very helpful to be able to step outside of yourself, Step outside of yourself and be like, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? How can I change that? And when you change that, it's momentum. Momentum, negative and bad momentum got you there, and positive and good momentum will get you there. It's a lot of small choices over and over and over again. And the thing is, when you have this depression, realize like, all right, now I feel frustrated. I'm feeling frustrated because I'm hurting in my heart, And this feeling, it's part of the repair process of fixing our heart. We can harden our heart and be stubborn and be angry, and we can, self-medicate and harden our heart, or we can face this pain and not hide from this monster, but fight it. We fight it with heat and light. We have a flamethrower and we're just melting it. We're melting it and we're turning that cold wintry field into a tropical paradise. We are. So keep fighting it. Do not give up. Make small choices here and there to get yourself out of it. It might take you time to get out of it, but just think about, what's a positive choice I can make? Can I go out for a walk today? Clear my head. Positive choice. Can I clean my dishes up? Run my dishwasher? Positive choice. If you have positive friends to hang out with, spend time with them. That will help out. Watching videos like this will help out. Reading a book will help out. Just find the little things you can do that make you prayer. Prayer will help out a lot. Just make the choices to do these things and you will build momentum and you will push against that cold wind, push against that depression, push against that cold wintry feeling, and you'll move forward and you'll be filled with light and heat and you will beat this monster of depression. You'll beat the crap out of it. You just have to fight against it. And the thing about this depression monster, it makes you not want to fight. It drains your will. It drains your life force. It drains your will to live. So you have to find something in the bottom of your heart. Your heart is never truly empty. It might feel empty sometimes, but your heart always has something in it. It always has something in it. You have to find that something in it, and you have to dig deep down and grab hold of it. And the thing about this battle, it's counterintuitive. I run on the treadmill sometimes. I can run about 3 miles. Decent cardio, not the best, but I can run about 3 miles. And it's like if I try to run 4 or 3.5 miles, there's a point where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. If a lion was chasing me, or if I was being chased by a black bear, or a bunch of wolves, I could probably keep running. But I'm on the treadmill, I'm tired, I can't keep going, I'm burnt out. It's like the opposite. It's like I'm not tired, I'm not burnt out. I just feel like doing nothing. I'm not out of breath. I'm not even mentally fatigued. I just feel like doing nothing. And it's like, you know what? Even though I feel like doing nothing, I'm going to find something in my heart and I'm going to do something. It's this counterintuitive battle. It's the opposite of being tired at the gym and being like, you know what? One more set. I'm going to run another mile. I'm just going to force myself to do it. It's kind of the opposite of that, where it's like, I'm not tired. I'm not fatigued. I feel like I'm frozen in this block of ice, but I'm just going to break my way out somehow, I'm just going to put one foot in front of the other, even though I'm just like, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to make this video. I don't want to take my car to the shop. I don't want to do this. And it's like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it, even though I feel cold and empty and dead inside. I'm going to find some life. I'm just going to push forward. So it's what you got to do. Even if you feel empty and dead inside, find some life, find some light, find some motivation. Soften your heart. Don't harden your heart by hiding from it, or by being stubborn, or by being angry, or by giving into temptations, or by trying to mask it. Just be like, I'm in pain and I feel like doing nothing, but I'm going to do something anyways. All right, y'all. Thank you all for watching. This was a very powerful video. I know a lot of people are struggling. I want to help out as best I can. And I want to say, Lord Jesus Christ, be with all those who are struggling with depression. Lift them up. Lift that coldness out of their heart. Lift that fog out of their mind. And my Lord, my God, give them motivation to move forward. Give them purpose in their life. Give them a reason to move forward. Let it be done in the name of God. Amen. All right, y'all. Much love. God bless. And I will see you all next time.